We're Parachute Club. We're live at Dud's Dungeon, and we're going to play a triad of songs, and hopefully you enjoy. Thank you.
This next one's called Mind Your Tongue.
President of the world. God, help me get through this time of regret. Only you, no one else can refuse. So I heard you gone away. I'll be left inside your place of waste. get through this time of regret. Only you, no one else can refuse. I've got your tongue in a knot inside your face, inside my hand. If only we were old enough to understand what makes them tick. I know you got your words, I'll have you know that I've got mine. And if you use them incorrectly, I'll make sure that they make you pay. Thank you. Alrighty. We got one more song left. This is unreleased. It's going to be called Breakin' 2. Well, I think by the time you see this, it might be released, so we'll see. But anywho. Thanks a lot to Dud's Dungeon for hosting, and yeah, thanks a lot for watching.
Thank you.
All right. So, my name is John Laurenti, and we are here at the very first interview for the dungeon sessions that we do here. I'm very excited to be a part of this. I'm here with Parachute Club. And Parachute Club, first of all, where are you guys from? I would love to know your names and where you're from. So we're dealing with Ricky, Aaron, and Max, right? Fuck. Okay, so
That was good.
yeah, no, I tried to remember. So Ricky, Aaron, and Max, where are you guys from? Let's get started from there.
Should we do it on three, maybe?
1, 2, 3. Danvers, Massachusetts.
Danvers, Massachusetts. You heard it here collectively. Love to hear it. So, how long have you guys been a band? I know that you guys put out your first album in 2019. So, when did you guys first form, and like how old were you all when that first started? And you can take the phone and record if you.
Awesome. Oh, sorry. So we formed initially in 2017. So Aaron and I, we went to middle school together, and we were both really into music. And I started learning how to play drums, and he was learning how to play guitar. And we just decided to start a band and write some stuff together. I had some songs that were being written at the time, and we met our OG drummer, Charlie Tilton, through this like School of Rock thing that we were doing. And the three of us decided to start a band. As Aaron was like, "Oh, we got to do a super group of like the North Shore," and I was like, "Dude, you should like get out of here." Yeah. So it was like January 2017. We were all like 16, 15 at the time. I was 16. I think Charlie and Aaron were 15. And yeah. And as you can see, this is not Charlie, by the way. This is Charlie's in LA currently on a journey with drums, and yeah, he's going to school out there and he's doing great. But for now, we got Max, which is awesome.
Very cool. No, so that's cool to hear that your drummer, he's pursuing drums out in California, the original drummer. But you started in 2017, all young teenagers. Max, you're 19 yourself. So how did you get involved with these guys right here?
Yeah. So if I remember correctly, it was, I think, the end of 2021. Yeah, and we played a show. I was in a band called Life on Mars, and Ricky was playing in Storax. That's another one. And he texted me after that gig. He was like, "Hey, he saw me playing drums. He was like, "Do you want to play in Storax?" I was like, "Dude, absolutely, obviously." And then after, I think it was maybe a couple months later, Parachute Club needed a drummer, and then he texted me. He was like, "Hey."
And then that's the end of the day.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I just been drumming ever since.
Yes.
That's awesome. So when you guys recorded the first album, obviously, so you guys played 3 songs today that I saw, which, by the way, fucking phenomenal. But the first song that you did, was that Barnaclehead?
Yes.
So I heard that for the first time yesterday, and that song is like nuts. Like it's really, really good. I love it. But I want to talk to you guys about like your influences, because like I was listening to your first album, and the very last song on the album reminded me a lot of like Alice in Chains. So can you guys touch on your influences and who inspired you musically?
Yeah, we're definitely inspired by the grunge scene of the 90s in Seattle. That's obviously a big inspiration. Alice in Chains for sure. It's kind of just a melting pot of like songs like that, and also this band called Young Widows from Louisville, Kentucky. They're a big inspiration to me personally. You know, they're just with like bass tones and guitar and production and stuff. But also bands like the Jesus Lizard, just like heavy, hard-hitting bands. Nirvana, of course, you know.
System of a Down.
Yeah, System of a Down for
System of a
Aaron.
Down is easily one of the greatest bands of all time.
Yeah, they're sick.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
But Aaron, yeah, you chimed in there with System of a Down. Like, what influences do you have?
Yeah, I mean, System of a Down, in middle school, I had like a really intense System of a Down phase, and that was great, honestly. And then I kind of like got sick of them for a while, but
Gone to the Chili Peppers.
yeah, Chili Peppers.
That's a weird jump to go to, but I can hear it like musically because like Darren's guitar playing is so like all over the place.
Yeah.
His solos were so articulate, and then you go from that to John Frusciante.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really cool.
Yeah,
to see.
John Frusciante is like a huge inspiration for me, but also I'm very emo. Ricky and Max aren't really emo, but I love like My Chem and Paramore and all them. And
They're great.
yeah,
They're a great band.
I love honestly I love the like melodic nature of that music specifically.
Oh yeah, my inspiration.
Sure. Yeah. Let's all share.
Honestly, I mean, I'll just do right now. Honest, like my
Yeah.
influences right now. It's a lot of reggae. I've been listening to a ton of reggae. And honestly, like any classic hip hop, rap, I just kind of try to implement whatever I can from all that stuff.
That's very interesting because like the sound of what you guys are doing is different than that, but it's still cool that you're incorporating a little bit of aspects into that. So like with Barnaclehead, like the drums on that very much stood out to me. So I'm a musician myself, just to make that clear. Like I play drums, bass, and guitar. But hearing like all three of you guys like collectively have such standout performances in all of your music is really cool. Like the guitar riff in Barnaclehead, the lyrics are really good. Like just all of it all around. I just want to just share how much I loved it. And I literally heard it for the first time yesterday. Like I got told earlier this week that I was doing this interview, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm excited. Let's go. I heard you guys, and I was like, yes. I was so happy that I was like listening to a band that I was like, this is music that I kind of grew up listening to, because I grew up with like the grunge music and Nirvana, Alice in Chains, all that other stuff. What's your approach for songwriting? Like, do you start off with the lyrics? Do you start off with the guitar riff? Do you like, what's your approach for that?
So for Barnaclehead, that was a song I originally wrote by myself. I think I started with the guitar riff, but that ended up being put onto bass. And then I, created the lead riff and the drums and made like a really bad demo of it like a couple years ago. And and then I brought it to the rest of the guys, and they made it infinitely better.
Thank you.
And yeah.
Sharing the glory.
Yeah, but it's real though. It's true. Pretty much everything I come up with on my own, I bring to the guys, and they make it infinitely better. But we've also been writing a lot lately collaboratively, which has been so much more fun. Because usually I'll come in with a bass riff, or Aaron will come in with a guitar riff, and we'll just kind of mess around with it and flesh it out. And most of the time, it's always, or not most of the time, always. It's always just the instrumental first, or like a riff first. And then lyrics get added at the very last second. Yeah. I don't even have all the lyrics for some of the new songs.
The last song we played, he was finalizing the lyrics today.
Yeah, pretty much.
But honestly, like coming together and doing that, like at that point, is fine though. Because when it comes to the creative process, like you would rather have it just kind of come to you rather than just sitting there and be like, all right,
yeah,
what do I need to do?
It's tough to just sit and write for me. It's very, I don't know. I always have to just do it spontaneously.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I mainly write the lyrics.
So, Aaron, what is your thoughts on like the more, because you were touching upon like how you guys are collaborating a lot more. So, Aaron, what are your thoughts on like writing together and collaborating a lot?
Yeah. Obviously, so for our first album, I mean, that was with Charlie, and obviously like Charlie's a killer drummer, but that was basically, I mean, every song almost except for System Overload. I mean, Ricky would write the song and like all the parts as well, and kind of like have a rough idea, and then he'd bring it to us, and then we kind of like add our own takes on it. But yeah, like you said, like we're kind of working on a new project right now, and we started writing like very collaboratively, and honestly, I think it sounds like great too when we write together. But a lot of the songs Ricky starts off with, and then he kind of brings it to us.
Fantastic. No, that's cool to hear that like you guys are coming together and writing new music. Like, because I noticed that you obviously had from your newest single to your most recent release, like there was a 5-year gap in that time period. So when you recorded the first album, like did you guys go to a studio and do that, or did you just DIY it in a basement and just kind of put it together and hope for the best? Because it did come out really good. It sounds great.
It was definitely the latter of those. We recorded it in Charlie's basement, actually, and Charlie mixed it and sent it off to like a mastering thing. But yeah, that was all like ourselves, which, I mean, we had no idea how to do any of that really. We were kind of just like throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what stuck, you know. But yeah, it was definitely a great learning experience. There's a lot of things I would personally do differently if I were to do it again, but that's the beauty of it, I guess. If you think it sounds good, that's good then, you know.
I know, that's great.
But yeah, it's definitely like a fun little thing to look back on and be like, hey, we were like, I mean, probably 17 when that came out, which is pretty sweet because we have something to look back on when we were that young.
Yeah, to be able to like have that recorded at such a young age is really cool.
Yeah,
like
so
not a lot of people can say it's like, oh yeah, I made a full album at 18 years old.
Yeah, it was really fun. Part of me wishes we went to a studio to do it, but I think it's got some character.
I feel like recording it DIY is way more characteristic. Like doing it in a basement or doing it in like some like rough like weird space that you might find like with your friends is a lot more authentic to
Totally.
like the sound. Because like also everything's a lot more expensive now. So like having to go into a studio and spend that money to like not potentially get it all back. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
That we would have been in a financial hole.
Yeah,
at 17.
We didn't have the money to go to a studio.
Yeah, so it's
that's
like,
just
it's
why
easier,
we did that.
It's easier to do it DIY and like with your friends, and it's like it's always
Totally.
it's cool to like find those people. So you mentioned earlier that you, Ricky, you mentioned earlier that you guys were involved a little bit in School of Rock, right? Is that true? Or?
Well, it wasn't like School of Rock, but it was like some sort of. It was more like rock school.
So it was like they were like teaching you guys like songs and stuff like that, or
It was my uncle Randy actually,
okay. Yeah.
and he like he's great. But he like basically puts bands together in the North Shore.
Okay.
And we just ended up. We actually started in a band called Family Tree, and so that's like the first band me and Ricky were in together.
I was on drums.
Yeah, and then I was like, Ricky, we should make like a super band, and then that's how Parachute Club started.
No, that's cool. No, that's always fun to hear. So I want to know what is next for you guys. So you all have been working on obviously new music that you've said, but like what's next in terms of like you guys putting on shows? Like I know that you said that hopefully next year, one of the songs that you played for us today was unreleased, but eventually you'll release it. So like what's next for Parachute Club? What's next for you guys down the line?
Yeah, we're currently working on an album right now. We're actually recording it in my basement this time. And yeah, it's been really fun to do that. I think we kind of know a little bit more now than we did 5 years ago. So we're really excited. In terms of what's next, other than that, we haven't planned super far ahead just yet, but we have some stuff in January. Depending on when this airs, I'm not really sure. This might be old news at this point, but yeah, we're working on stuff in January, and hopefully we book some more stuff down the line in 2025 to support the album. But yeah. I'm sure Abby will help me book that stuff.
So where can the people find you on social media and Spotify, wherever? Like, what's your name, handle, and where can they look you up?
We're on Instagram at parachute_club, I believe. And it's just Parachute Club on Spotify and Apple Music, everywhere, really. We use DistroKid, and they just give us everything, So, yeah, pretty much everywhere, just Parachute Club. And, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. Amazing performance tonight in the basement.
Thanks so much.
Again, it was so good. Everybody, I hope, can attest to that as well.
Let's go.
But thank you guys so much for coming, and we really appreciate you being the first interview within the Dungeon session.
Yay.
Woo! So thank you guys, and hopefully we'll see you again very, very soon.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you guys.